A common question raised in discussions about knowledge and reality, especially by proponents of the transcendental argument for God, is this. How do you know your senses are valid? How do you know you're not just a brain in a vat, or living in a matrix-like illusion? This question, though ancient in spirit, strikes at the heart of human vulnerability. The fear that what we experience might not be real. RTAG seeks to resolve this tension by asserting that the laws of logic, reason, and sensory reliability are grounded in the very nature of God. Since logic is God's nature and God is unchanging, these faculties are universally valid across all possible dimensions. But RTAG, the Re-engineered Transcendental Argument for God, approaches the issue differently. It does not assume that our logic and rationality are unchanging, trans-dimensional expressions of divine essence. Instead, RTAG begins with scripture and views human faculties as purposeful, limited, and sufficient tools within the dimensional context in which we were created. According to Genesis 1:26-27, humanity was created in the image of God and entrusted with dominion over the created order. This divine vocation, to name, rule, tend, and discern, requires certain cognitive capacities. Reason, perception, memory, logic. These faculties may not reflect the full scope of divine intelligence, but they are sufficient for faithfully executing the task God has assigned within our dimensional context. If God intended for humanity to engage meaningfully with creation, then it follows that He also equipped us with the necessary tools to do so. Our senses are not infallible, and our reason is not universal, but both are adequate, fit for purpose. This sufficiency is not derived from autonomous human reason, but from divine intentionality. We are not the authors of our rationality, we are its recipients. So when I am asked, how do you know your senses are valid? My answer is not that I know with absolute transdimensional certainty. Rather, I trust. I trust the God who created, called, and covenanted with humanity. My confidence is not epistemically self-generated, it is covenantally grounded. It is a faith-filled response to a God who not only made us, but revealed His purpose for us, and who gave us faculties adequate to fulfill that purpose within the frame of this world. To make this clearer, consider an analogy. Imagine a 3D being who creates a 2D being and places him in a flat, two-dimensional world. The 2D being is made in the image of the 3D creator, but within the limits of a 2D reality. His mission is to govern the flatland. To do so, he is given reason, logic, and perception that function within the 2D world. Though he cannot comprehend the full scope of 3D existence, he can trust that the tools given to him, his 2D senses, logic, and perception, are not illusions, but purposeful gifts designed to let him faithfully engage the world he was created for. That is how I view my own rationality, not as a full expression of God's logic, but as a reflection. Limited, but lovingly tailored for this level of existence. It is enough for what it was designed to do. RTAG doesn't dismiss the skeptic's question. It just refuses to answer it with epistemic arrogance. Instead, it responds with trust in design, confidence in purpose, and humility before the mystery of a creator who operates beyond our dimensional grasp, yet reaches into it with care. Want to go deeper? This is just a glimpse of the ideas in my upcoming ebook, Re-engineered Transcendental Argument for God, where classical apologetics meets dimensional logics and modern analogies. Follow me for updates, insights, and previews from the book. Let's rethink the foundations of reason, one layer at a time.